Welcome to Camp Chaos, where we celebrate the wild ride of modern womanhood.
Join us as we dish on motherhood, life's ups and downs, and all things pop culture that we know you want to talk about.
With special guests and expert insights, we're here to empower you through the chaos of everyday life.
Consider this your ultimate escape from the hustle and bustle, and as always, parental guidance suggested.
Camp is now in session.
Welcome back to a very special episode of Camp Chaos.
I'm pregnant
With her third baby.
and I'm not. Third baby. Oh my God. I can't believe I'm pregnant.
You and I both.
I'm sure people have a ton of questions. Most notably, why are you having a third baby? But it has been very overwhelming. I think this news has taken me like a second to just process, because I feel like most families are like, yeah, 4, it's so doable. And then 5, like a family of 5. Like there's just been so much that has come with.
Oh, a family of 4. I thought you meant 4 children. I'm like, okay, wait, you're talking about 4 now? Yeah, family of 4 is great.
Yeah,
5
family
is
of 4
nuts.
is like, yeah, it just is.
5 is you're unhinged.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. And so it's taken me a second to like digest the news.
When
and
you say a second, months.
months. And I also feel like life is so chaotic with 2 kids that like you just kind of forget.
Yeah, you probably
that
don't even remember you're pregnant.
I have also never been pregnant during this time of year. So I'm sure a lot of people, I actually have been asked this with both my pregnancies, and Kendra thinks I'm so weird about pregnancy, and like, I'm just very superstitious about like how I tell, when I tell, all of those things. I do not like to share my exact due date.
Oh my God. Okay. Fucking Taylor Kardashian. Are you kidding
You
me
guys,
right now?
That is
so
not
weird.
That is
weird.
not why. The only reason why I don't share it is
She
because
doesn't share the name either. Just you guys are
I
getting
don't
nothing from
share
this
the name.
episode. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye. You're getting nothing from this.
No,
Are you going to share the month?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Okay, so the reason why I don't share my exact due date is because I think it puts added pressure on me as a mom of like, this baby has to come out by that day. And I don't want to feel that kind of pressure. I am due at the end of March though. So I am, when this episode comes out, I'm like,
You're just very, very pregnant. And also,
Very pregnant,
I think we
yeah.
need to go back of like how you got pregnant.
well,
Let's walk
this
us back
is
to the
how
room.
you get pregnant. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so Drew and I have always wanted 3 kids. That was like nothing new. I think we were planning to try more at like the end of the year, early next year, just because.
Wait, no, you said there is no way we're having as close of an age gap with this next round. And I agreed. And we're like, yeah, you're like, maybe when the girls are closer to 2. I was like, yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, I did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did.
Well, yes.
So I know I'm not in your marriage and in these conversations with Drew. However, you did say that.
Yeah, I think we did.
It's probably recorded.
That must have been a bad day.
It's been a bad day. Okay, so anyway, I was not planning to get pregnant this fast.
I wasn't planning to get pregnant this fast, but also like we are very aware of how, you get pregnant.
Clearly,
and
we're not.
I think we were just like, oh, it's probably not going to happen this soon. And with both of my pregnancies, I was tracking because it's so funny because my other 2 pregnancies, I was like, oh, it's going to happen right away. And it didn't happen right away. So I ended up tracking. And when I got pregnant this 3rd time around, I was not tracking. So I really was like not aware at all of where I was in ovulation.
You were that fertile myrtle. You sneeze on you and you get pregnant this time.
This time. Yeah. And so we feel so incredibly blessed. But because both of our previous pregnancies were so planned, that it was one of those situations where, so I did not have a period for 8 months after Palmer because I was nursing. So I got...
Was it your first period back?
It was like my second.
Oh, lovely.
So I got my period, and like my periods are very regular. I'm normally like every 28 to 29 days. I use the Flow app just to track my period, because before it would be like, oh, I remember it's January 28th. Now I have to have my period by February 28th.
Can't remember what we had for lunch.
I can't remember. So I just track like, oh, here's the first day my period started. So I have no clue if I'm supposed to get my period, July 10th or July 28th. I couldn't tell you. So it was just one day where I'm like, I wonder when my period's going to start. Because also it wasn't top of mind because I hadn't had a period for literally 8 months plus 10 months of pregnancy.
But there was a lot going on in the summer.
There was so much going on. And then
before you know it, it's like, wait a second.
And then weeks. it was a little bit after that first initial thought where I was like, oh my God. Like, I think like my heart fell out of my butt. Like, I was like, oh my God, I think I might be pregnant. Of course, I didn't even tell Drew because I was like, if I think this and that's not actually the case and I get him all riled up, like this is not going to be good.
Nothing. We don't do that.
Let me just deal with this by myself. So I waited then I checked. I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to look at flow because that's going to really work me up. Like I had some plans going on. So I'm like, let me just finish said plans and then I will look at flow. So I finished my plans and I looked at flow and it was like, you were supposed to take a pregnancy test 14 days ago. And I'm like, oh, I told Drew. Basically I found out at 6 a.m. because I was like, I'm just going to wake up.
Well, and they always say do the morning pee. That's like this most potent. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that. So, well, I had bought the tests the night before and then I was like, okay, I'm going to do it first thing in the morning. So of course I didn't sleep. And then I woke up at 6 a.m. and I peed on it and Drew like was just getting off the Peloton. And I'm like, you need to come to the bathroom. And he came to the bathroom and he looked at 4 pregnancy tests.
4 of them?
Yes, I did 4 of them. They were quickly
Why are you
positive.
doing 4?
I just did like different brands. Positives? I don't know where my head was.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking with all of this? This doesn't make any sense. You take one. This isn't like you're not 16.
I know. I was so overwhelmed. I just wanted confirmation. Okay. And
so how did Drew, what was his reaction?
Oh my God. He started crying like right away. And
not happy tears of like scared?
He was so happy. I think it was the first time that I shocked him. Like while
because
Drew
the first time, 2 times you were trying.
Yeah. And while Drew also very much knows how you can get pregnant, I think we just both like, it wasn't top of mind. Like, it was just it was like a beautiful moment.
Allegedly parents can also be irresponsible. Just because you have 2 children does not make you a responsible party.
No. And so he was like, oh my gosh. So
I feel like the first thing that I would think of is like, oh my God, who's going to sleep where? What is the bedroom? What is the due date? How close is that age gap going to be? Is it going to be a boy? Is it going to be a girl? What kind of car do we have? Like, you're going to think of all those logistics first.
You have no idea.
Right?
I didn't sleep for weeks.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I didn't sleep when I found out you were pregnant either. I was like, well, shit.
I know. Well, and I unfortunately had to switch OBGYNs, which was really hard for me. It had nothing to do with my OBs because you guys know I love and adore my OBs. It actually had to do with like an insurance thing. And it's not even, I'm not going to get into insurance on the podcast, but I have switched and I'm now with Kendra's OB.
I know. Where it's like, I should just go to your appointments with you. At this point, we're having a baby.
But so that was also really overwhelming for me in the beginning because I was texting my PA from my normal practice and had to switch. And so I just felt like really overwhelmed and just seeing a new OB for your 3rd pregnancy and having to then explain, oh, I had a C-section, then I had a VBAC. Like, I don't know. It was just it was a lot.
Yeah.
So I told my parents right away, literally that same day, I'm like, I have to tell you something. And they were shocked. But we were all so excited. Me and my siblings are all very close. So it was a very exciting thing. I think it's just
very normal for you.
Very normal for me. But it was logistically very overwhelming for me to think about. Like I literally did not sleep for 2 weeks because I redesigned my entire house. And Drew looked at me and said, well, you have to win the lottery if you want to do these set designs. I'm like, right. Okay. So how like our house is fine, but there's just, Drew's in the office and I'm like, you can't be in the office anymore, but I need you to stay working from home to help me get the kids out of the door.
So just work. Can you please work from the car?
I said, can you go? You can go in the garage, driveway.
Yeah,
in the living room.
Yeah.
So it was all these logistics, and then I would say I told Kendra around 10 weeks.
Yes.
Which was so hard for me to keep from her because most of our friends, like, you see your friends like, I don't know, once every other week or like, at classes, often. You're busy. Like, I see her 5 times a week, and on Wednesdays, like we don't have the kids distracting us. So there's like so many opportunities of us talking about our life, but I couldn't tell her.
Not only could you not tell me, but then when you did tell me, you said, you can't tell anyone. Don't tell your mom, don't tell Gus. So I sat with it for a month, Taylor.
Let's talk my favorite fall essential, you guys. It is my Jenny Kane cashmere sweater. I was actually at Mommy and Me last week and I saw another mom in the same exact Jenny Kane sweater. And we were talking about how it is one of our favorite staples for fall. It goes with absolutely everything. I wear it with my athleisure. I wear it with jeans. I wear it with my dresses. It is cashmere. The color is perfect. It is lightweight, but it feels so cozy. Honestly, if I could sleep in it, I probably would.
And yes, while their apparel is is a no-brainer and so easy to throw on, I have to give credit to Jenny Kane when it comes to home decor. If you guys have seen my playroom, which is so beautiful, it's all because of that beautiful daybed with the gorgeous linen pillows, thanks to Jenny Kane. I got 6 linen pillows, and honestly, they are no-brainers because they're easy on there without the kids running over them. They just stay in their perfect shape. They're so beautiful. I also have a throw, and all year round, I just love my Jenny Kane home.
Find your new uniform and home decor at jennykane.com. Our listeners get 15% off your first order when you use code CampChaos15 at checkout. That's 15% off your first order, JENNIKAYNE.com, promo code CampChaos15. Let getting dressed be one less thing to worry about. Embrace your fall aesthetic with Jenny Kane.
A month. That's is how
friend.
You know I am solid. I'm there. I'm like busting at the seams. Cannot.
I know.
But I don't even know. I think you said I have to tell you something. I said you're pregnant.
Yeah, no, I literally.
And I said, what the fuck is wrong with you? We have a podcast to do. We said we were waiting. Okay. And then I'm also like, Gus, do I need a third baby?
Yes, you do. I know. I'm trying to convince now all of my friends to get pregnant with me because it's more fun. But I waited to tell Kendra till 10 weeks because I had to go to the first appointment. And you know what? I've been experiencing more anxiety this time around, which you would think
you could have 3 babies.
No, around the pregnancy.
Oh.
Which I don't think I actually felt
I want to make sure everything's okay.
Yes,
yeah.
Which I felt so much less anxiety with Palmer than I did with Miller.
You know why? It's because now we're having a podcast and talking to people every week about like all their pregnancy problems and hyperemesis. I mean, the list of things that we've talked about have been absolutely insane. So I don't blame you. Sorry.
So now,
sorry, Camp Chaos has brought you a load of chaos.
It has. Yeah. And I think hearing like all of these potential problems and even between the two of us and all the guests that we've brought on.
You just feel very lucky for your healthy, beautiful children. And you're like,
something has to go wrong.
No, it won't.
Yes, so that's totally part of the reason why I've also been waiting so long too is, while I love all of you, like if something bad were to happen, I don't know that I'm not necessarily in a mental headspace to be able to talk about that right now on the podcast. So I was just very wary about like telling everyone, I'm like, I need 4 ultrasounds before.
You need 4 ultrasounds. You need a number of heartbeats. You were so specific. Like, what else are we doing? Can we please talk about it?
Because I didn't hear the heartbeat. Like, he showed me the ultrasound and he showed me the beating heart.
But you didn't hear it.
But I didn't hear it. And I told her, I'm like, I'm so uncomfortable because I've always heard a heartbeat. Like, that's the first thing that you hear in an ultrasound. I have since heard the heartbeat and everything is okay. But that's why it took a while to tell Kendra. And then I told her while we were filming ads for the podcast because I needed to get her it's very chaotic here when we film.
Just a little. We're hiding in the playroom.
People everywhere. So we go and hide in the playroom.
The people everywhere are not the team of the people. The people everywhere is my family. Let's be very specific.
Kendra's family.
We do not have cameramen. We do not have audio. Let's be very specific. My children, the dog.
Zoe, Zane, the dog, your mom, Louisa, all these people. And so we go hide in the playroom for a second. And so I'm like, okay, now is the time. So we filmed the ad and then I stopped the record. I'm like, oh, and one more thing, I have to tell you something. She's like, you're pregnant. And I was like, oh my God. How did you feel when I told you?
I think I felt, well, I'll be honest, because of being, I think, fertility issues, whenever somebody would tell me they're pregnant before, I would my initial reaction is to feel like, I hate to say envy, but I'm like, oh my God, you got pregnant so easy. This time around, there was not an ounce of envy. I was like, are you okay? Are you going to be okay? Are we going to be okay? I'm doing the math of how far are you? That means they're going to be X amount of months apart.
Right.
You're going to have, it was just, for me, I just felt oh, sister, sis, you good girl? But I will say after you did your gender, I think I told you, I was like, this is the first moment I'm feeling a little bit of jealousy.
I know. Well, it's not too late to join me.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for letting me know.
It was so funny when I told Kendra's mom, she was like, oh. Are you okay?
She said to me, do not get any ideas. You are not doing this right now.
So when Kendra walked out of the room, she's like, Kendra does it. She's not thinking that maybe she wants a third, right? And then Louisa's like, Karen, you're supposed to say congratulations.
I know, we're also this shows that it's your third baby, right? It's the first, it's the second. Now it's girlfriend,
what are you doing?
How many more are we going to have?
What are you doing? I know, but we are so excited. And then I just announced that the gender of the baby. So if you haven't seen it, we did it in a really fun way, but we are having a baby girl. Which is so sweet. And we are so excited. everybody asks me like, what do you want? Which
when you have one of each, it doesn't matter. You're going to get what you're going to get.
But it's a very difficult question to ask a mother. Let me tell you, because most women who are like me, maybe Kendra would say, are going to be like, I'm not going to tell you what I want because why would I tell you? And then if I get the other one, then I have to pretend that I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say what you wanted?
Well, again, different because I can pick. Like I could pick our genders. I know our embryo genders.
Yeah, but like, let's say you don't even say that part. If someone was like, what do you want?
I feel like I would I'm like a people pleaser, so I'd probably give a diplomatic answer of like, oh, I'd love for Zoe to have a sister, but Zane having a brother would be amazing. Like, I think I'd
because you don't want them
around it.
Well, and then if our kids are listening to Camp Chaos in 20 years.
First, I'd be like, you never wanted me. By the way, though, there's something to say. Like a boy is incredible and a team of boys is fantastic. But like my husband left Chicago, left his mom, and lives in California with me. Like,
right.
We all know what happens with the boys. They leave the house. What is it? Your husband's it's your son is your son until they take a wife, or your daughter's yours for life. Whatever. I need them for life.
Yes, I agree. So when everybody asks me, what do you want? The truth is we did not care because we are so incredibly blessed to have a son and a daughter. So at this point, it didn't matter. But when we were getting ready to do the gender reveal, I felt so nervous again. And it was just like, I looked at my best friend, Andrew, and I'm like, I think I feel nervous because something with the gender, finding out the gender, however you find it out, is like the future of your family is taking shape. But it makes my pregnancy go by quicker. So I find out closer to 20 weeks, even though I had my results at 10 weeks. So it just sits in my nightstand. But I think it makes my pregnancy go by quicker.
It sits in your nightstand?
Yes.
Oh my God, you have willpower. That is amazing.
But sometimes Drew's like, oh, let's just open it. I'm like, no, we're not opening it. But then when we were going to find out the gender, he's like, should we wait another week? Because I feel like it really solidifies your future though. You're totally. Like, okay, this is what the family is. So we really did not care. I said for a boy, like I am obsessed with my son. He is my boyfriend. Like we kiss on the lips, the whole thing. But
like we'll be kissing on the lips until he's 18.
No, I will.
Until his wife is like, please stop kissing your mom.
No, I will not do that. I will stop like before he gets to high school. Don't worry.
What age are you supposed to stop kissing your son on the lips?
Like second grade, maybe.
Oh God,
maybe
Google that.
4th or 5th
Write
grade?
that down for later. We have to ask ChatGPT.
But I do, like, I recognize that, and, they have all the posts on Instagram, like, your son is just a really long heartbreak. Like, you are, if you do your job right, you are raising them to go be a great husband and partner, to leave you.
To abandon you.
That's a very sad way of saying it. But however, so I said, like, but little boys, like, there's nothing like it. So I'm like, if I get a boy, like, oh my God.
Enjoy it right now.
I get another Miller.
But when you're 60, he's off.
He's off, which is totally fine. But also, if I get another girl, like my sister always says, Mom and Dad, look who's with you like 3 times a week at the dinner table. Look who's always checking in on you guys. It's me and my sister.
For sure.
So either way, it was a win-win for us. I think the kids being close, like my number 2.
And you and your sister are so ridiculously close.
So
like you live across the street.
Yes,
you guys,
we live across the street.
You're very close.
We're
very,
attached
very
at
close.
the hip. And I said, like, I need sisters. So like, even if I knew this was going to be a boy, then I was like probably going to try for a girl because I wanted sisters so bad. So we didn't care what it was. A lot of people thought I was
now
having
that it's a
boy.
girl, aren't you so excited?
Oh, I'm so excited. Well, because
I thought you were having a boy just because you looked good and you were feeling okay.
I know. Well,
I literally said to you, I was like, wait a second. The fact that you're as pregnant as you are when you're telling me, and I have no sign of like, you have no skin breakout. Like, I don't visually see you looking like awful. Like the girls suck your beauty, at least for me. I got fat fast. I was like, everything was just like, ugh. I'm like, you look good. It's a boy. I was wrong.
Oh God, that's so kind.
I'm so happy that you're wrong.
Yeah.
You still aren't even showing and you're very, very pregnant.
I know. But you know what? I am so blessed to have
enough time. Things can change.
No, I mean good pregnancies of how I feel.
Oh yeah,
like we've had so many people on this podcast who feel like horrible their whole pregnancy, and I have a really close friend who like also dealt with hyperemesis. So when I complain about back pain, it's like, okay, lady, come on, you're just pregnant. Like I am so blessed that I have really good pregnancies, both the girl and the boy. I was so excited that it's a girl though, because my number 2 and my number 3 are going to be the closest in age of the 3 so far. So to have 2 girls, I think Drew's a little scared. I think I'm a little nervous too. Yeah, I mean, I'm also like, I'm a girl. I'm aware of this drama and all the things that come with it. But I am also like, boys have drama too.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
And it's so funny.
And they'll have an older brother first.
Yeah.
Who will get to like,
Miller's going to be such a great big brother to 2 little sisters. He's going to be amazing.
I think he's going to be
great. He's got the sweetest, softest soul. He's going to be amazing.
Yeah. And he still doesn't understand that like a new baby's coming.
Do we do a baby shower?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we do like dinner, like what we did for Lucia's. I think
we're going out.
I think we're going out. Like I don't need anything. I buy the same like 3 things over that I need, which is the Nanit.
Yeah.
I reuse, like I'm going to reuse Miller's rocking chair. I'm going to reuse the crib. It is nice.
It's a third.
Just
get another car seat.
I can reuse my car seat.
There you go.
I need a new car and a new house.
It's so easy. Everyone just have a third baby. It's not a big deal.
No, it is a very big deal, but we are very excited because I say this lightly too. 2 sort of feels like we have a handle on things. And I mean, I very much sort of.
By the skin of your teeth.
Yes. Like 99% of the time, Jer and I want to kill each other. The kids are acting up. They're still like Palmer was up for 2 nights in a row. Like we don't, but it feels like okay, manageable. 3 feels chaotic. And I've always wanted chaos. I have said that from the beginning. I'm like, I want my family to feel a little chaotic because then later in life it's going to be really fun.
It's going to be great. All around your Thanksgiving table.
Yeah. So
there you have it.
That's the big news that I've been keeping from everybody is that I am due with baby number 3, a baby girl at the end of March.
We're going to keep it at that at the end of March. We're so excited for her, and we're so excited to welcome another little one to the play group. It's going to be so much fun.
I know, and I will be totally open about my entire pregnancy journey, though.
Yeah, this will be fun. We're going to have some good conversations.
We're going to have some good conversations, and now that I've been in this practice,
now that you're remembering you're pregnant, now that you're saying it out loud, because you're hiding it.
Because I've been hiding it. That's the other thing. I have been living, you guys, 20 lives. Like, because in the podcast, we live like in the future.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, I'm pregnant. You know I'm pregnant.
These people don't
know I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
This is also like a huge part of my life.
Having an affair. So you're having 20 affairs.
I am relieved to share that I'm pregnant, and I plan to really be open this pregnancy, especially now building this community. And now, we've reflected on our pregnancies, but now that I'm in it, I'm like, oh, we can go back
there now. Right?
Yeah, I'll tell you all the dirty secrets you want to know about pregnancy.
I'll change your diaper. I'll change your diaper in April. Thank you guys for tuning in with us and sharing this exciting announcement.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Camp Chaos. We hope you enjoyed today's episode.
If you liked what you heard, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review our show. Connect with us on social media at Camp Chaos Podcast. Until next time, campers.